Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on Elite Academy and welcome back to our daily issue analysis there. And really thank you so much for showering all the love. And there are many requests that why we are not providing daily issue analysis in Hindi, the handwritten notes which we are providing in the Telegram channel, it should be also there in Hindi. So my dear followers, the students, the aspirant community, for now the request is that yes, we will provide in Hindi also, but for now we have our limitations. So in future, definitely when things will be, we will have more resources. We will come up in Hindi also, but for now we have this issue, the notes in English only. Okay, so sorry for that. And but still, thank you so much that you are following us and you want it in Hindi. We will see in future what all we can do. Okay, so let's start our discussion for the day. So today we have chosen this topic of heat waves in Europe, and you must have come across this news. And this was in news like on July 19 that Europe broils in heat waves that fuels fires in France and Japan. You also must have read this news in the Hindu. UK has warmest ever night braces for record smashing heat. This was on 19 July again. Then again on 20th July we have now we had this article in the Hindu explained section the reasons behind the heat wave across Europe. So this unprecedented and fierce heat wave has taken over the whole Europe continent, killing more than 1,000 people. And the scorching sun and the whole Europe is witnessing the record high increase in the record high of temperature, and wildfires they are experiencing. The record is hitting up to 40 degrees Celsius, and some of the region in France and Spain they have experienced 47 degrees centigrade as well. So before this heat wave, it is not like that. This is the first time Europe has seen this kind of heat wave, but in 2003 also they had experienced the more fierce heat wave which killed 70,000 people. Okay, so Europe is hoping that this situation doesn't witness a repeat of 2003. So that's why we have chosen this topic, because this topic is very important if we and take our syllabus GS from GS1 point of view, or even from geography prelims point of view. So especially those who are writing mains this year, GS1, we have geography section where we talk about the physical phenomenon, and heat waves is in news, forest fires, wildfires are in news. So definitely it is a probable area we should know. We never know how this question can be asked. Okay, so be ready for all kind of eventualities. We should know if something is happening on our earth, we should definitely know it, and definitely since it is part of the syllabus, then we must. Okay, so let's start our discussion. So before we discuss the reasons and the consequences of the heat waves in Europe, we should also know what is a heat wave in the first instance. So heat wave, it is a weather phenomena that occurs when this high pressure system, high pressure in the upper atmosphere moves in and it pushes the warm air down. So as you can see in this screen. Okay, so what is happening? The high pressure system in the upper atmosphere, it is moving down and it is pushing the warm air further down, and that warm air because of this pushing down, the air warms up further. As it gets compressed, and that is when people begin to feel a lot hotter. So this is how this heat waves in the higher altitude works, and that's how people are facing the problem. The heat waves which we experience in India, it is because of the more sunlight, more exposure to the sun, and longer duration of the summer and no rain. So that is also because of the low pressure system. But here the phenomena is different. We are talking about heat waves in Europe. So this is happening because of the air which is high pressure in the upper atmosphere is there, and that is moving in and it is pushing the warm air downwards. Okay. So this is about heat waves in Europe. What is it? Now we should know that what are the reasons for these heat waves in India? What is causing this unprecedented record breaking heat wave in Europe? So the reasons which we should know are: the first reason is the dry soil which is there. So we will discuss in detail. The It is related to oceanic and atmospheric circulation also, and why we should leave climate change. So climate change is biggest reason for that. So we will discuss them one by one. We will start from climate change, then we will understand them in depth. The reason first one which we will discuss is about climate change. So climate change, yes, the heat waves have become more intense and more frequent in over the years across the globe, including India, and that is reason is the accumulation of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere due to excessive burning of fossil fuels. And we know that the average global temperature has risen by 1 degree centigrade since the industrial revolution, and mostly it is anthropogenic in nature. It is human induced, and this has led to extreme weather events, and it is changing the weather events. Some of the regions they are experiencing more heat, some of the regions are experiencing more rain. So definitely climate change is one of the very important factor which is leading or which is causing this heat waves in Europe as well. Okay, so all all the cities across world they are facing this problem. So Europe heat wave 2022 is also outcome of the climate change which is happening due to anthropogenic activities. The next reason which we will discuss with respect to the heat waves in Europe are the oceanic and atmospheric circulation, the changes which we have been observed. So the first point under that, under the oceanic and atmospheric circulation, is related to the double jet stream. So it has been observed, the researchers have found that many European heat waves occurred when the jet stream had temporarily split into two. So when this split of jet stream is happening, it leaves an area of weak winds and high pressure air between the two branches that is conducive to build the extreme heat or the heat waves condition. So it happens something like this. So here jet stream is splitting into two, and above the in upper atmosphere there is a high pressure, and it is trapped, and the it is further, as I have shown you on the first slide, that what is heat wave. So it further goes down and it compresses. So this is an area of weak winds and high pressure air between the two branches. Okay, and this is an area of weak winds over Europe that allows heat to persist. So whatever weather condition, this is summertime, so if they are experiencing whatever weather they are experiencing, that will persist for longer duration. Okay, so that is because of the double jet streams. The jet stream is has split into two, and the same phenomena was observed in 2003 as well. Okay, so this is one of the reason. The second reason which is there is low pressure system across Portugal has been found. So the coast of Portugal, it is experiencing the low pressure system, and because of which hot air from North Africa is being drawn towards Europe. So it is pumping hot air northward because of the low pressure system near Portugal. The hot air from the northern Africa, that is the desert area, desert region, from there it is being pumped into the it is being pumped northward, that is towards Europe. So that is also creating the conducive system for the heat wave. So hot air from North Africa is coming. And the third reason is related to the thermal differential which has reduced between the Arctic Ocean and equator. So we know that over a period of time the Arctic Ocean is getting warmer and warmer. So the thermal differential between equator, we know that throughout year the temperature will be on the higher end only, end only. So the area is hotter, but the over a period, because of the climate change, Arctic Ocean is also experiencing warmer days. So because of that, the overall thermal differential has reduced, and because of that, the winds have the summertime winds has weakened. So the heat system lingers for longer duration, and since there is no strong wind system, so it is not able to displace the heat from the European region. So that these three regions are we should know under the oceanic and atmospheric circulation, which is aiding heat waves in Europe. Okay, hope you all have understood this. And the third category of reason or because of which the heat waves are there is because of the dry soil. We know that dry soil, because of every successive year, the area, the temperature is more hotter, warmer only. So the soil is also becoming more dry. And in Europe, larger part of the Europe, there is less moisture in the soil. Since there is a less moisture in the soil, it cannot absorb heat. Okay, because we know that water is known for their water has highest specific gravity, and water is known to water needs more heat to raise its temperature by 1 degree. In other words, water will absorb more heat before it becomes hot, right? So if the soil has moisture, then water acts as a coolant. Water will absorb that heat, so in turn the overall microclimate will be comparatively cooler. That's why water is used as a coolant in many cases. So most part of the Europe, they are having dry soil, so there is less heat absorption, and since it is dry soil, so if heat waves are there, so quick rise in temperature is also happening. So European lands heat up quickly due to dry soil, and aided by other environmental factors which we have discussed. So this is also one of the reason. So what is happening? What is the impact of heat waves in Europe? So the impact is very bad. Since people are not habitual, you talk about the cultural life. So people eat meat there, people eat egg in order to keep their body warm. People drink scotch, rum in order to keep their body warm. Okay, so people are not habitual. Their clothing pattern also, they wear coat, tie, everything. So the weather is not conducive for all these things. So they are feeling problems. Their dressing pattern, their cuisine, their not only that, the even the cities and buildings, they are not ready for such heats. If we talk about the buildings, they are not designed to withstand the temperatures up to 25 degree, but rather they are designed for cold season. So on the contrary, the houses are built in order to trap heat instead of reflecting it due to generally cold weather. So this is one of the problem. And very few houses have air condition, and cities also, they are not designed to get sunlight, so that they are designed to get sunlight so that they get maximum of it whenever sunlight is there, so whenever the sun comes out. So there are not lot of shades, trees, green spaces, and drinking water facilities in the cities. And moreover, 72% of Europe lives in urban places. Now just imagine what would be the condition. They are not ready for such heat waves. Their cuisine, building style, their cultural practices, they all, everything is conducive for colder climatic condition, cold weather. Okay, so this is the impact. Now they are facing problem. Unlike India, we all have above things handy in their cities. So our kids, we have been born and brought up in such environment where we have been playing in heat like conditions. So like we don't we face it, but we are habituated, we have seen this, so our body is ready for that. Okay. Okay, so we have seen that how the ferocious forest fires in Spain and France has occurred recently. So thousands of people have been evacuated from their homes because of these wildfires. And this wildfire is this it broke out in Tinder Dry Pine Forest a week ago. It has been in news. Okay, and because of these forest fires also people are facing problem. And overall heat wave has led to increase in death, and this death has happened in multiple ways. So drowning, why I have written drowning? So there was a news that at least 5 people were reported to have drowned across UK in rivers, lakes, reservoirs while they were trying to cool off. Why they were trying to cool off? Because of the heat waves. Then about heat stroke, this is the most immediate risk, the heat strokes and the heat exhaustion, and it can be fatal in some of the cases, especially the older adults and the people exercising or working in the high temperatures. So they are facing this problem. Organ failure is being faced. So it has been observed that whenever temperature rises, sweating increases to cool down the body by evaporation. Also, the blood vessels near the skin, they dilate, allowing blood to move out from body's core to extremities, that is our hands and legs. But if that is happening without rehydration, it puts pressure on our heart, and it needs blood pressure falls dangerous very low. Okay, and then it is leading to organ failure in extreme cases. Okay, so this is how it is linked. So we should know that this understanding is very important. Even in India, also we should keep ourselves hydrated. That's why whenever the winters will be there, we say keep yourself hydrated. So we are culturally we have adapted ourselves. There, the cities are not having the proper water conditions, also proper water facilities, also for drinking. Okay, so this is one aspect of it. Also, this high temperature reduces air circulation and thus lead to or it aids air pollution. Thus, it is worsening respiratory issues like asthma and the respiratory diseases, and that with potentially fatal consequences. So these are the impacts which we should know that what it is leading to. So whenever you are writing your answers, you should know about their cultural practices, that how people are people's cuisine, culture, their living styles, buildings, cities, they are not ready for it, and that's why it is creating a problem. Forest fires definitely will write, and increasing deaths, how it is happening and to what extent it is happening, that also we have discussed. Okay. Now, definitely, we should end our answer by writing a way forward. So, whenever you're talking about way forward, talk about staying away. The immediate solution is that we should avoid these heat waves. So, it has been observed that many people are not coming out from their homes and their houses. They have locked themselves inside and they're not coming out. Even the train facilities, the transportation system, they are not working because it has been observed because of the increase in heat waves. The railway lines, the tracks, they have expanded, so they are also not operating properly. So this is like, as far as possible we should avoid it. Then next is that there should be a heat wave action plan because it is a natural hazard, and it is reoccurring in European region who are not ready for that, and people are not habituated for that. And if you we can take a learning from India, then Ahmedabad city has their own heat wave action plan. So many codes, do's and don'ts can be taken from the tropical countries who are experiencing it, and accordingly a plan can be there for the country. Okay, for the European countries. And also you talk about we need to put a check on climate change. That is the only key, because whatever is happening, it is affecting all of us. It is not that Europe is only facing the heat or Europe is only facing these problems. Somewhere it is leading to increase in sea level, somewhere it is leading to extreme weather events of more rain, somewhere it is more heat, somewhere it is more cold. So yeah, all the countries, all the places, they are facing these. It's not no more it's country specific. Okay, so whenever you are writing about way forward, so do write like this. And whenever you want to use some observation by some leaders, so here I have taken, when I was reading the newspaper, I found these lines good, which can help you in substantiating your answer. Maybe you can use it in conclusion. So these are the lines by Prime Minister of Spain, Pedro Sanchez. He says that climate change kills. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, he visited on Monday, he was visiting a region which had the problem of forest fire. So he says that climate change kills. It kills people, it kills our ecosystem and biodiversity. So maybe you can use this observation and you can end your answer. So this is about heat wave. Hope you got a very good understanding about heat wave, the concept, the impact, the challenges, the reasons, the why it is happening. So make use of it. And this is very potential question for this year mains as well. And it is a recurring phenomena. It is a recurring weather phenomena. So we should know about it. It is affecting our life. Okay. So make a note of it. Revise well. Hope you enjoyed it. You will get the handwritten notes in our Telegram channel, so please make use of it. Okay, so take care. Bye bye. We will meet in the next discussion video. Until then, take care. Revise very well.